you stumbled across this video, hello. Like a little story time video about how I got scammed. So I was looking online for a new bottle of my Good Girl blush. I had a 50 ml, it was running low, so I decided to go online and see if I could find a new version of it in the 100 ml. That was kind of my, well, not 100 ml, I don't think they do 100 ml, I think it's 80 ml bottle. So I decided to go online, see if I could do some research, see if I could find like a good deal for it. But I came across a seller on onbuy.com that completely looked 100% legit. It looked, well, there wasn't anything to suggest that the perfume would be fake. Pictures looked fine, the reviews were really good, you know, people saying that they bought it for their granddaughter or they bought it for their partner and they loved the smell, and it was all fine and dandy. So when the box arrived, looked legit. Again, the box looked fine. The actual bottle itself looked fine. So I actually have the bottle here. So this is what arrived to me. This is the fake version of Good Girl blush. I've been buying perfumes for years and years, and this fooled me completely fooled me to think that this was 100% a real Carolina Herrera's Good Girl blush. So this is what arrived. I'll try and show you sort of close-ups of it. All looks pretty legit, if you ask me. Try and keep my face out of it so that you can see if it focuses on the bottom of the shoe. Now, when I first sprayed it, and I'm not going to spray this one because I don't know what they've put inside of this bottle. I don't know if this is actually perfume oils, if there's anything really dodgy in this, so I won't be testing it on camera today. It does smell like Good Girl blush, like it does. But there were a few things that I thought to myself, that doesn't quite smell right to me. Like, that's not quite right. Mainly it was the depth. The depth of the scent kind of made me think, okay, something's wrong with this perfume. Like, this perfume does not smell quite the same. Like, it has the same top notes, but in the depth, in the base, it just smelled very like generic floral, kind of alcoholic smelling. And I thought that my Good Girl blush has got layers to it. Like, she's a beautiful fragrance. Like, she's got so much depth. There's like a creamy vanilla in the base, there's rose in there. Like, it's such a beautiful, uplifting, vibrant scent. And I just, instant alarm bells were starting to ring in my head of like, okay, there's something wrong with this perfume. This perfume's not quite right. I have since purchased a real version of this scent. So it was the base of the shoe that kind of gave it away a bit more as well. The base of the shoes are different. I don't know how well this is going to be picked up. That was ringing alarm bells in my head, which is why I then decided to go back online and I decided to purchase a proper bottle of the original to compare the two and to see whether the one that I did buy on onbuy.com was in fact fake. I'm making this video so that I can kind of maybe warn you about the types of things that are online, and also give you some like comparisons to look out for. So if you suspect that you have a fake Good Girl in this example, you can kind of maybe have a little look at your bottle and see if it's got any of these kind of characteristics. Let's go through some of the main differences that I noticed. So the main one was the weight. So when you can feel that this one is lighter. It's marginal, there's not much in it, but this is definitely a lighter bottle, as in the weight. This is heavier, this feels more robust, it feels better quality. This one is like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's not been adhered very well. Like, this black heel bit it's not been put on very well or properly. Another thing I also noticed was the back of the shoe has got writing on it. Now, this was confusing me because on my 50 ml, I have got the writing Carolina Herrera on the back of that one. but on the larger 80ml, it doesn't have it on the back of that one. So that kind of threw me off, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know if that means that this is fake or not. Also, the colour of the heel, which actually I've only just noticed that, but yeah, the colour of the heel on the fake is a lot more of a yellow gold, whereas on the real Good Girl, you can see it's kind of like a cooler toned gold. The main difference that I think everybody can pick up in this video is the colour of the bottle itself. The Carolina Herrera one is much more sort of baby pink, deeper pink, and this is like a very pastel pink. Very kind of obvious differences there in terms of the colour. Another thing as well is kind of the way that the pink has been poured into the bottle here. So if you see these two side by side, I'm hoping that picks up, you can see that there's a massive amount of glass in the front of the shoe here. So the pink actually doesn't go all the way to the toe and back again. As you can see, there's this very like thick glass piece, and the real Carolina Herrera doesn't have that. The pink goes all the way to the toe and around the base of the heel. Those are kind of the key differences. Obviously, again, the smell. I don't want to test these side by side because I don't trust whatever's been put in this bottle, so we won't be doing that. But yeah, now that I have them side by side, they are quite different. But I feel like if you aren't really into perfumes and you don't really buy you haven't got a big collection, and maybe you've never bought this one before and you have got no idea that what you've just purchased is a fake because it looks so real. Like, it's not an obvious fake to me. It's still heavy, it is glass, like it's still it's very, very similar to how it looks, how it feels, everything about it. Even the atomizer works in the same way as this one. They look identical in terms of how the atomizer works. So if you've never purchased the real bottle of Good Girl blush, or just any of the Good Girls, this could easily fool you. And it's not that it doesn't smell the same, because it does. It has very, very similar scent, but there are differences, like there are key differences, and this is dangerous. Buying this online, this is dangerous. You don't know what they've put inside of this. This has not been made by the manufacturers that make this, so it's a scam. On Buy were very, very good. I got my money back. They have a very strict no selling fakes policy. Obviously, they can't police every single perfume retailer. And I don't even know, I mean, maybe, you know, let's give the benefit of the doubt to the retailer on Buy, right? Let's say that they have bought in a batch of Carolina Herrera Good Girls, like the real ones, and they've sold a few of them off, and then they bought in another batch from a different manufacturer, and they turned out to be fakes, and they've sold them not realizing. That could have happened. I mean, I don't really know how that whole system works, but like I said, On Buy were really good. I got a full refund. They kind of asked me for like pictures why I thought that the perfume was fake, so I sent them lots of side-by-side comparisons, listed literally all the things that I've obviously spoken to you about. Yeah, I want to come on here and make people aware that this is a thing, and it's very convincing, and I don't want you to be fooled. So if you've got one of these and you've purchased it from an online retailer, a bit like On Buy, which I think On Buy is a little bit like eBay and Amazon, they have sellers within the network and then they sell through On Buy, a bit like if you're an eBay seller and you sell through eBay, same with Amazon. So it's very, very tricky to obviously police that, especially if they are selling predominantly fragrances. How are you supposed to know that that seller is selling fakes? Unless someone obviously brings it up to the customer services and says, look, this is actually a fake, a counterfeit item. So I hope you found this helpful, and thanks for watching.